on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
We're currently at the Manila airport. We're flying to Tokyo. We've got like 2 hours there, and then we head to Vancouver.
So we're just outside waiting. We're trying to figure out what the process is.
Do you have the itinerary for the connecting flight?
More checks happening here.
If it's at all possible, I actually think it's quieter in here than it was in Manila.
Right. Our bags better be here because that's all we have
I know.
for even the next 2 months.
I know. It's everything.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. If you happen to be new around here, I am Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit subscribe and click on that little bell to follow along on our final quarantine journey. This is a big day.
This is part 2 of a big travel journey from the Philippines,
Yes.
Canada. We're on the west coast right now, and we actually live on the east coast. So in the first video, we made it from Manila to Tokyo to Vancouver, and in this video, we are going from Vancouver to Toronto to Halifax.
The entire way across Canada.
So for those of you that are new around here and you're wondering what the story is and why we were in the Philippines, sorry, my thing is slipping. Why we were in the Philippines, today as we travel, we'll take you through our whole story, tell you about how we ended up in the Philippines, why we stayed, and the story about coming home to Canada.
So right now we're just printing out some boarding passes. We're all checked in, but our digital version's saying print for some reason. Not sure why.
Got them all, that was pretty easy, so let's move on.
Yeah, we got 4 tickets as well, right?
Yeah, we have 2 flights.
2 flights, so at least we got them all in one shot.
Yeah.
Actually, a few more people than I thought would be here.
There's a lot of people, and there's a lot of more flights on the board than I expected.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Found a new friend.
Very Canadian looking. We're actually at security already. It took 2 seconds to get here, so we'll probably turn off the camera soon.
Yeah, we better turn it off, or this guy might get mad at us, Mr.
He
Moosey.
looks really neat.
All right, we found a board to check on things.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's not on time, so I'm going to assume everything is good, but we leave at 9 a.m. We got up at like 6, although I really honestly didn't really sleep that much. Jet lag, so bad. I think maybe I slept 3 hours, but 9 o'clock, 4-hour flight, I think something like that. 4-hour layover in Toronto.
Yeah.
Then a 2-hour flight, and we get to Toronto at like almost 11:30 p.m. There's a 4-hour time change in there. That's why we lose a bunch of hours.
All right, so how do we get into this whole predicament now that we're trying to get back to our home city in Halifax? Back in February 1st we went to Bali, which was at the time fine to go to. Traveling was
Yeah, it
okay.
still was encouraged and authorized and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, there was a little bit of talk about coronavirus, but it wasn't really a huge thing. It was just kind of a background concern. We knew about it, and we just wasn't a huge deal at the time.
No.
So we spent about a month in Bali.
Had a month in Bali, and then fast forward to March, we went to the Philippines. We wanted to discover the beautiful islands. We had about 2 weeks there of somewhat normalness, and then things started to get a little crazy, and that's when we got locked down.
So obviously they must be changing the way they do boarding, because I'm zone 2 and Trevor's zone A, so they just called zone 2. I'm going to go without him.
Yeah. What am I, zone 4?
Zone 4.
I just have to make sure I know when to go.
Bye.
Delaney, great. I'm just going to tag your backpack so you can just put it under the seat.
No one here at the moment. This is so strange. Pretty empty flight here so far. Howdy.
Fancy seeing you here.
Fancy meeting you here as well.
This is something really nice that Air Canada is doing, and I think some other airlines, but not ANA that we were just on. They're actually blocking out this middle seat so no one can sit there, so everybody's socially distanced. It's nice. They also gave us, when we got on, a bag, and it's got a mask, it's got hand sanitizer, some wipes, some gloves, and a bottle of water.
Okay, back to the story at hand here. So around the middle of March, the Philippines completely locked down and gave all tourists just 2 days to leave the country. At the time we were in the beautiful island of Coron. What a place that is, but we had to make an important decision. Do we leave with the mad rush of people frantically trying to get home during coronavirus? That didn't seem very safe to us. Or do we fly to El Nido, which is a very touristic place as well, but we figured it would be stocked up. There's lots of expats there, and well, that's what we did.
If you are unable to wear a mask, please let a crew member know immediately. We're also taking extra precautions to ensure a healthy flying environment, such as using hospital-grade air filters and disinfectants on board. With the introduction of our Clean Care program, we have committed to increasing the personal space between seats in the cabin for safety reasons. We ask that you
So I always forget how beautiful Canada looks from above.
Yeah, it's definitely spectacular. I'm going to get back to our story. I think Trevor left it off when we got to El Nido, decided it's the best place to be. We're also joined by another YouTube couple called Jumping Places, so we got to hang out with them for quite a while. But basically, we were hoping, the four of us, that we could do a lot of stuff, that things would remain open, and we could have some, I would say, fun, or like do some interesting things, do some tours, that kind of thing while in El Nido. But quickly things got locked down. I think maybe after 2 days there, so we had to do a little bit of stuff, but not a whole lot. We were in an apartment at the time, and they got very, very strict on who could go out at what times and that kind of thing. So we decided to move to a place with more outdoor space.
Toronto, the local time here is 4:04. Please remain seated with your
All right, so we just landed here in Toronto. Smooth flight?
That's smooth, yeah, pretty easy. I think I tried to sleep most of the time, more or less.
Yeah, I slept a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Was it
getting more and more tired as the day goes.
Yeah, we're flipped now. Like it's a 12-hour difference from what it was in the Philippines.
In Toronto, it's 12 hours.
Yeah, well, in Toronto here, so it's like 4:30 in the morning in our heads, even though it's 4:30 in the afternoon.
And I also haven't really slept in 2 days either.
Yeah.
So.
So now we have some time to kill here before we get home. It's kind of fitting. Sloane's on the. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We don't want it to get copyrighted, but Sloane is from Halifax, so yeah, we're getting closer to Halifax, you guys. So back to the story. What happened was the Philippines went on an enhanced community quarantine, or ECQ. It's the most strict of a quarantine you could possibly be on in the Philippines. So we moved to a resort called Reef Strand Resort, which had an amazing view, an amazing pool, and some amazing staff who we are now, well, lifelong friends with. So what we did was we bunkered down there until things started to get better, which took a while. Well, from this angle, Pearson looks pretty empty, but I can assure you it wasn't.
Yeah, when we got off the plane, there were actually way more people than I ever would have expected. A lot of stuff open, a lot of stuff still closed, but I was just surprised. I expected there to be nobody.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
We found a little watering hole.
We did. It took a while because it's quite, like we said, quite busy here. There's one restaurant that we could find open, at least in this part of the airport. So it took a while to get seated, to get drinks. That
Yeah,
kind
how
of
much
thing.
are those drinks?
They're 13 Canadian dollars for that.
Yeah, look at this.
Welcome back to
Also,
Canada.
well, welcome back to Canada. Up there on the screen is curling. How Canadian.
Very Canadian.
Unfortunately, we have no other choice but just to hang out here for now. We got time
Yeah,
to
there's
kill.
not a whole lot open. I mean, a few like fast food things, but I think this was the only sit-down place we could find. So we'll just sit here for a while, I guess. All right, so back to the story. I think Trevor ended at the ECQ, the Enhanced Community Quarantine. I think we were on that for at least a month, if not a month and a half. And during that, only one person could go out at a time, and you actually needed a pass in order to go out, and you could only go to get provisions. I actually didn't go out at all, really, for that whole time. I stayed at the resort. Kind of crazy.
So come mid-May, the ECQ hardcore lockdown ends, and we are all so excited because now we switched over to something called GCQ, General Community Quarantine. It's the first time Anna and I could go out at the same time. We didn't need a pass. Things were looking up. We were both very, very excited. However, everything still remained closed. Tourism's closed. You can't go on island hopping tours. That's why you go there in the first place. Restaurants aren't open. You still wear masks. Everything that we were doing in the first place. So not much really changed, but at least we had more freedom. By the way, we never really mentioned how many cases were in El Nido. There were 0, which is one of the reasons we stayed there. We were very happy about that. We felt safe. We felt in our own little bubble. And Palawan, the island that El Nido is on, only had a few cases. So that was really good. But we'll continue as we go throughout the day because we got to get going. But we have more to fill you in on yet. What do we get?
Seems like bigger than we ordered, but we got burgers and fries, or chicken burgers and fries, but it feels like a lot of food.
Well, I have to point out, it's from A&W. When's the last time we ate at A&W?
I don't know if I've ever eaten at A&W. I'm sure I have, but
there's
honestly-
nothing open here though.
Yeah.
That's why. So we just wanted to point that out. But look at the line. There's only like this place.
There's 2 people working in there.
I know, and then there's that place we were at. So A&W it is before we get on the plane.
Yeah, we might even take it on the plane with us. I don't know.
Here's the situation. This is the flight back to Halifax, which is not a big city. Can't get over how many people are traveling right now today. Like, this is not what we thought. We thought there'd be no one on this flight. All right, you ready?
Am I ready?
Are you
For our
ready?
final flight?
This
that
is
what you're
it.
asking?
We're going home. The
Great.
final flight home. The 5th flight.
There's still part of me that's like, oh, it's not going to take off. Something bad is going to happen.
I know. Oh God, don't say that. You're gonna jinx us.
I know.
Let's see if we get on.
Other seat may topple. Please still enough to identify with the light. Under the seat in front of you. Other carry-on items needed to headbins. Thank you for helping ensure your travel with us is safe, comfortable, and
All right, we're on our final flight home. Super excited. But let's get back to our story. Let's flash ahead a couple of weeks. We're on MGCQ, which means that some things can open. Some restaurants start to have some dine-in options. We get to see jumping places again. Some beaches open, not all of them, but we can start going to beaches, but still can't do any tours or that kind of thing. But it also means that flights can start going. It was very, 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 very limited, but there was this one rescue flight from Nido, and we got on it.
For your safety, given COVID-19, it is mandatory to wear a nose and mouth covering while on board your Air Canada flight today. Children under the age of 6 or customers with a pre-existing medical condition are exempt. If you are unable to wear a mask, please let a crew member know immediately. We're also taking extra precautions to ensure a healthy flying environment, such as using hospital-grade air filters and disinfectants on board. With the introduction of seatbelt fastened in your baggage stowed until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Smoking is not permitted.
Well, we are here. We made it back to Halifax after 2 entire days of traveling.
No sleep.
No sleep.
5 airports.
5 airports, 5 planes,
Yeah.
halfway around the world. We're back in Halifax.
I know, I can't believe it. We're in this, like, I know this airport so well. It's so weird to be here.
There's no one here.
Yeah, it's like it's almost midnight, so nobody
Wow.
here. But wow, it's amazing.
I don't even know what to say, but I can't. My brain is jet lagged. Everything about this feels surreal. We never thought we'd get back, and we did it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what we didn't do? Is tell them the rest of the story. So again, back to if you were new here. After that flight in El Nido, we did manage to get to Manila, where we had a few days on our own, and then we took another flight.
Right, we took one flight to Tokyo, and then from Tokyo to Vancouver.
Right, so there's a video on that if you want to check it out, and that will show you a video. It'll be just like this, how we first got to Vancouver, and then, well, from Vancouver, this is today's video, so
Yeah,
you're now...
you're up to date. You know the whole story.
You know the whole story. So it's time for us, I think, to probably get some shut-eye. Well, welcome to Canada, everyone. We are actually home. It's been a lot of travel, but here we are. Look at the setting. It's definitely not the Philippines anymore.
It doesn't really,
No.
it doesn't look too much like
No
the
palm
Philippines.
trees.
It's quite pretty though.
Yep.
It's been a few days now since we filmed. We're trying to get rested up from our jet lag, and I kind of forget what we told you already, so sorry if we repeat things, but we're actually renting a place for our 14-day, very, very strict quarantine, so it's nice to have this gorgeous outdoor space.
We're not actually home. We do own a place, but our place is rented out because we thought we'd still be on the road. So we are going to make one more video after this ending, and we're going to just recap our overall thoughts on the Philippines and just our time there, and we'll also show you and give you a tour of where we are. And it includes this pond, and we have this enormous backyard, and we're in a nice place about 20 minutes outside of the Halifax, basically the main city. But yeah, we did it. We just, again, we said we're going to recap the Philippines in another video, but before we go, we do want to say thank you to each and every one of you for following along on this quarantine journey. We can't thank the Philippines enough, and every Filipino that we cross paths with, everyone's been so helpful.
So amazing and helpful and friendly, and yeah, we're gonna have such amazing memories of our experience there, even though it was an odd situation and something that hopefully never happens to us again. But it couldn't have turned out better, really, given the circumstances.
So again, thanks for all the support from each and every one of you that are watching. Your comments, honestly, have gotten us through this pandemic. I mean, it's still a pandemic, but you know, now we're home in a familiar territory, and you know. You don't hear us saying this too much, but there's no place like home.
Yeah, you hardly ever say that, but it's definitely nice to be home.
Especially after a pandemic. But, you know, that's it, I guess, guys. But we're going to call it here. We will definitely see you in the next video. We got lots of plans as well coming up in future videos, so you'll see lots more of those.
And we also have a whole bunch of, I think we have 5 videos that we filmed in the Philippines before the pandemic. So stay tuned for that. We're going to start editing them and that kind of thing next week or so.
Yeah, get ready, guys.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Halifax, Canada now, wishing you a safe and healthy quarantine.
See you soon.